Welcome to another episode of Arts and Crafts at the Kearney Public Library. I'm Christy, and I will lead you through this little mitten hanger project. This is one example that I put together, but certainly put your own flair on it and enjoy creating something new, just a little something for your house. In each of your packets, you will get 2 pairs of mittens, a small grapevine wreath, piece of silver ribbon, some sticky snowflakes, and either a gold or a white of these larger snowflakes. And then some of you will also, I think most of you will have one of these felt snowflakes too. All of these goodies are things that I found at local craft stores, or I went back into my stash of things from the craft closet, and there they were. So enjoy adding your own things to it. Other things you might like, a couple of cotton balls, because I use that to stuff my mittens and give them just a little bit of dimension. I did not include those, figuring people could find 2 in their home. Craft glue or your hot glue gun. And then another bit would be, sequins are always fun if you want to add that to it. You do have 2 wooden snowflakes in there. I painted mine and put a little glitter on them because I love glitter. But you have a pair of those in your packet as well. And then as I was roaming through things, I found these mini jingle bells, which I did not put on any of my projects, but they're kind of fun. So maybe down the line, I'll figure out how to incorporate those into my project. Pair of scissors, and if you have a pair of pinking shears, those are kind of fun too, to add a little bit of accent. So I'll get to that later. But why don't we get started? You have a pair, so there are 2 to put back to back for your project. I just put that cotton ball in there, just tore it apart a little bit, and then I used my glue gun to put it together just because it was quicker. But if you've just got craft glue, Elmer's glue, any of those will work. Just takes a little bit longer to dry, I think. And then I lining it up, I did try to make sure so the edges were right. And I just did part of it first so that I had that side put together. You can see I've got, and then I did another section with the glue. I think I just glued the tablecloth. Oops. Now, I only did the hand part of the mitten. I left the top part open because I want to put that silver ribbon in there. And you might want to attach it to one of them, but not both of them, depending on how you want to attach it to the grapevine wreath. So I will go ahead and put that on this mitten, and I just used another bead of glue, stuck it in there, and then I'll finish up this one hand. Like I said, I think that the craft glue would work just as well. It just takes a little bit longer to dry. So then I've got my first one all set to go. Then what you have to decide, I would go ahead and do the other mitten too, and I can quick do that here. What you need to decide is how you want to attach it to the wreath. Do you want to loop this through? Because your mitten's probably not going to fit through there very well. Do you want to loop it through and then attach your other mitten? Do you want to, I wrapped mine around a little bit so they hung at different lengths. And then I put just a spot of glue in here so that the ribbon didn't continue to slip up and down. But that, once again, is personal preference. I'm going to leave it looped in there a couple of times and determine length later. but you could certainly tie it on there. You could clip the mittens separately and put them on. Just a whole variety of choices. Like I said, this very fancy stuffing that I use. And you could probably stuff it after, you know, put one side down and then stuff it to whatever is easiest for you. And if you don't want it to be three-dimensional, you can just glue the two pieces together and call it good. Some of the mittens have glitter on them and some do not. I think everybody's got at least one pair of glitter. So if you could have one side that had the glitter felt, the other side would be just the plain red felt. So once again, I've got that down. Before I finish the top part, I'm going to put my ribbon in here. So mostly, you should just be having fun with it. This is the starting point. Maybe you want to add these mittens to a bigger wreath you have. Lots of choices. So now I've got this part done. I've got the two mittens. I've got it on the grapevine wreath. Maybe that's too long and I don't like that. You can fix that later. That's easy. Added embellishments. Those two little snowflakes I said I painted and put some glitter on. Once again, I just put a spot of glue and put them in relatively the same spot. But you know, maybe you want to. They come in a package like this, and they tend to have packages like this for every season. So it's kind of fun to pick those up. Lots of different choices on what you can do with those. These are kind of fragile, so be careful with them. We tried to package them so they would not be broken when you opened it up. Okay, so then I've got my little snowflakes on. They're ready to go. This would be a fun place if you wanted to do blanket stitch just with some white thread. That would be kind of cute to do. You could probably do the same thing with the craft glue and glitter, or if you had some fabric paint, just to put that blanket stitch in, dress it up a little bit more. But I thought on the top of these, because fuzzy mittens are always kind of fun, I just cut an extra piece of felt, and then with the pinking shears, forgot I had these. I used to play with my mom's all of the time. Just thought they were great fun. So I was excited because these are actually my mom's that she gave me. She had a spare pair, and as I started sewing more, she gave me her pair, an extra pair that she had. So the next part would be to put a little bit of glue on those caps. And just add that to the top. I didn't trim that quite as well as I should have, but you could add that to the top. The pair that I made before, I found I had little goodies. Once again, it's going down into my sewing goodies. I had these little bows left over from making kids' clothes, and I happened to have a pair, so I put those on. These little ribbon flowers are kind of fun. So lots of ways to embellish it and personalize it. mostly it's just have fun with it. That is why we do these. Is it's good for us to spend some time being creative, put on some great music, whatever it is that just gives you that little, I don't know, vacation, little break from lots of other things going on in the world right now. So that is basically the finished mitten. And if you just put a small ribbon up here, they'll hook right over a doorknob, which is where I think I will hang mine. And then you could put this, you can glue that on there. You could add it as another piece. Maybe you want to, attach it to the ribbon. Lots of choices on what you do with that final snowflake that you have. I hope that you enjoyed this little craft. The mittens keep you warm and make you smile, and we'll be back with a new one in the new year. So happy holidays.